Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Shop Adventures, my weekly excursion where I leave the homestead here at Athletic Geek HQ in search of my bounty of comics, collectibles, graphic novels, action figures, and all things in between. First things first, time to talk about what stood out from last week's pull list, and The Flash and the conclusion of that crossover with Batman was very, very well done. I enjoyed it. Really liked the interaction with Barry and Bruce, where Barry was kind of falling and slipping into a very pessimistic mentality, and it was Batman, for forever forever the pessimist and forever the dark, brooding, individual that he is, trying to help Barry remember who he was. And I really liked how they did this. I really enjoyed just how well done this all was. Really enjoyed this whole crossover, and Barry and Bruce, yeah, they're good characters. They have good interactions together, and I really enjoyed it. Detective Comics was amazing. What I thought in last week's adventure was Damian Wayne coming back. It wasn't. It was like supposed to be like Bruce. It's like a young Bruce, and it was Batman seeing his young self in the past, and it just the metaphor there was just tremendously done, especially leading into issue 1000 coming out I believe next week. So yeah, I really enjoyed the both of those. Detective was exceptional, and yeah, those were the two that really stood out for me. Action was decent. Looks they're kind of going in a weird direction with action, but something that I'm not quite used to as a Superman fan, with it kind of being more like a spy thriller, which I'm sure has been done before. It's just something that haven't read a whole lot of with Superman as a character. So I'm not gonna say it was, definitely was not on the level of Detective and Flash, but it's something that I'm very interested to see where it goes. And when I was already kind of saying I wasn't feeling Action Comics, well, I'm feeling a little bit more. I'm interested to see what happens. And yeah, that's what really stood out for me from last week's bounty. I will see you with this week's when I get back to the homestead. Hey everyone, I am back here at the homestead, here at Athletic Geek HQ. Got another small bounty this week. Really did just my pull list once again this week, but let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it. The first book, and it's almost over, even though it's been going on forever, and just numerous amounts of delays and everything else. We got Doomsday Clock number 9. And I would probably have liked this story a lot more if it wasn't for the fact that it's taken forever. Maybe if I were to read this all again in one setting, I'd maybe appreciate the story more. I'd probably like it a little bit more, but it's been so long sometimes in between issues on this that I kind of forget about what's going on. I kind of have to go back and reread some or read a synopsis, so that way I can kind of keep up with what's happening. And it's as much as I like Jeff Johns, as much as I've liked the work that's been done on this book and the idea behind integrating the Watchmen into the main DC universe, if you're not out of sight, out of mind, and then with so many other comics that I read, you kind of, if you're not out there consistently, then sometimes I just kind of forget about you. So this will be something I think when all the issues are out, I might sit down and reread all 12 chapters in a row. And then maybe I could have a better opinion and a better appreciation for this. But it's like watching one episode of a TV show, every 3 months when you're already watching, a bunch of TV shows already. Might take away from what could be something very special. But nonetheless, Doomsday Clock number 9. From there, we go to Batman number 66, The Maelstrom of the Mind. I really don't know what's going to happen in this one. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Tom King's Batman. A little bit more bad than good overall, but the things that are bad are very, very bad and very, very disappointing. But You know, still been a decent run so far, and the problem with Tom King's Batman run now is Tomasi is just kicking major ass on Detective. So when I think Batman, I'm no longer getting excited for Batman, the Batman title. I'm getting excited for Detective because it's just, and this is not a knock on Tom King, just to me a better book right now. So it's kind of harder for me to start getting excited about just Batman when Detective just came off a tremendous arc, and I've really been enjoying that run. But nonetheless, I'm a Bat fan, and yeah, Batman number 66. From there, we go to The Green Lantern number 5 by Grant Morrison. I've really enjoyed this book so far. It's not been my favorite Green Lantern run. You know, it's not been the best, but I'm a Morrison fan. I know people have kind of a lot of differing opinions on Grant Morrison, but I like him. I like the respect that he has for the history of this character, and respect doesn't always mean a good story, or a story that I personally like. You know, I've mentioned this before on the adventures. Dan Slott has a tremendous amount of respect for the Spider-Man characters, and you know he loves those characters, loves the history of those characters. However, me personally, I did not like Superior Spider-Man despite his love and appreciation for that past being in that story. So I feel like, but a lot of people did like Superior, and you know that's their right. It's considered by a lot of people to be one of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever told. I feel like I'm kind of sort of in that area to an extent with Morrison's Green Lantern book so far, in that I like the book. I like, you know, that he's bringing up these other elements from the past in Green Lantern in his story. However, some people still don't like what's going on despite that. I feel like I'm kind of just on that opposite side of the fence like I was in the Slott Spider-Man stuff. It's getting a little biblical, which is not something that's always my cup of tea. Not that I dislike people incorporating stuff like that into their stories, but just not really something that I go out of my way to read, if that makes sense. But so far I've liked the previous 4 issues, and I'm a Green Lantern fan, so here's number 5. From there we go to Justice League number 19, and When Metropolis Attacks, and it's just, get a good shot of this cover. It's like cars and the Daily Planet have come to life, and they're attacking the Justice League. I don't know what's going on here. Guessing some kind of invasion or something's going on. I don't know. It looks fun. It looks like the beginning of a fun type of story arc. It's kind of cliche with the Justice League to always go to like some kind of alien invasion or something for them all to get together. But there's cars coming to life. There's Wonder Woman fighting a car which has come to life. And it looks like it might be a cool story, or the beginning of a cool story arc. We'll see. It may end up being like just so lowbrow, to some people so lowbrow that it's terrible. But yeah, I'm definitely just, the cover itself has got me excited to read this. So, and you've heard me just gush over Scott Snyder and his Justice League run. So, Justice League number 19. From there, we get into the Marvel section of the bounty this week, and we have Avengers number 16. And I'm still reading it because, you know, I like Jason Aaron, and I've enjoyed his run on Avengers and Thor, but, you know, like I've said last week, and said in previous weeks, I guess I should say, we're getting ready for a crossover that might require me buying books that I don't currently buy, and with me being on a budget, I'm not gonna just, unless I hear, like, they're just so wonderful that I have to read them, I'm probably not going to pick up the other tie-ins, and if I have to have those other tie-ins just to follow the story, then I'm not going to do it. You know, some people might, some people who don't have as big of a pull list, some people who are bigger, maybe just bigger fans or whatever, are going to be picking that up, and it's fine. You know, while I'm personally not a fan of that strategy, I know that it plays in for other people, or other people are okay with it, and it's never going to end, so me sitting here on the internet and complaining about it's not going to help anything. But I feel like it's with this big banner and this big build-up, it's harder for me to get into this in the Thor book right now than it was for previous issues, because I know it's just kind of a build up to something that I don't know if I'm going to follow. But I'm a completionist. I like Jason Aaron. I've liked what he's done on Thor. I like what he's doing on Avengers. So we got number 16. From there we go to Deadpool number 10, and the last issue of Deadpool was really entertaining with him saying some dame stole his heart. And it was like a very film noir type of story, but he meant literally somebody stole his physical heart, and it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. So we're gonna probably get some more clarity on that story. And usually Deadpool's a one shot, but looks like they're going with a little bit more of a longer story arc here, which is fine. It's a fun book. Always got a smile on my face when I'm reading Deadpool, and yeah, looking forward to reading this one. Definitely Deadpool number 10. And finally, to round out the bounty this week, Uncanny X-Men number 13. And this book surprised me. It's come around a lot more than it was at the beginning. It's going in a more traditional X-Men direction. They got the original Wolverine back. You got Cyclops back, even though I hate Cyclops. Just hate Cyclops. But, it really works. It brings me back to a more, like I said, traditional feeling X-Men story, and that's the kind of X-Men that I like. And I'm really looking forward to reading it. And in past, I was kind of dreading it because I wasn't digging the stories they were telling at the very, very beginning when they brought back the Uncanny line. But it's gotten better, and he was one of my picks of the week last time I was here. So I guess that's why you don't give up on things that quickly. Uncanny X-Men number 13. And that is it for my bounty this week. Let me know what you picked up at your local comic shop in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Got content not just from the world of comic books, but from the world of gaming, pro wrestling, and all things geek culture. For more content, please go like the Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Every Thursday is my collection comic of the week, and that is exclusive to my Facebook page. I write a little blog about one of the many, many comics in my large comic book collection. But I'm out. Y'all be cool. Later.